Now let's read the story that you heard 28 times before. Today is Agbarolo. So it's interesting that the Shulchan Aruch doesn't mention anything about Agbarolo. It just says Shulchan Aruch just said that the students of Rabbi Akiva stopped dying. The celebration that people are doing the last few hundred years is always when Kabbalah became more mainstream. So the little things we do.
So Rabbi, yesterday they were playing music 9:30, 10:30. I was thinking all those people in the apartment building. Isn't this Hilul Hashem? I mean, I was complaining. These people are gonna get crazy.
I complain when they close the Barizano for the bike.
So you say that is okay?
Living civilly with other people is that with the Irish Day Parade, they say I have to suffer when they bike, when people bike. So hundreds of thousands of people cannot go to New Jersey. It's okay when they go into it.
So it's okay to disturb
twice
people?
A year as a society.
So you think that it's okay for people not to be cursing?
If I would hear you every time criticizing the marathon bike, everything they do, the goyim, I would hear what you say.
I feel bad for people speaking against the Jews because when they bike, I understand it's inconvenient for me also, but I'm trying to sleep. Across the street is noise.
It's about time to realize that we also exist as a community.
On the behalf of waking up people at 10:30.
Not to wake up people, just to music. I would not let my community do it, but
what do you think?
I can. He's upset that the music.
I was thinking not for myself. I was thinking all the people in the apartment building across the street.
What they do on July 4th when the fireworks go off?
This is the goyim mutar lasot whatever. I cannot sleep on July 4th. I cannot. I wake up 4 times in the middle of the night.
On New Year's Eve, I go to sleep at 10 o'clock, and at midnight everything goes crazy.
That's the reason you are afraid to say that the Jews do have a right as human beings.
You could live in deal.
I would, if you ask me, Joseph, if you ask me my shul, I would say stop at 10. But those who stop at 11,
maybe
I'm not going to college in my block, they stop at 10:30.
You got my answer. You want quiet, go to deal. Otherwise, it's what it is.
No, but I'm saying.
Two things doesn't make right.
No, Joseph, it's a different story. It's a different story. 100 years ago, nobody would complain. But I understand if the Irish have the right to do it, and the French have the right to do it, and the Puerto Ricans. The policeman told a teacher in Flatbush, he says the biggest punishment for a policeman is to walk on Puerto Rican.
That's very rough.
The Irish is bad. The biggest gift is Israeli Day Parade. But you stop in Manhattan. You cannot drive on Fifth Avenue. Everyone understands that we have the right to do it. Fifth Avenue, not in your block. Not in your block. I'm sure that many people. I'm sure that many people are unhappy. The answer is this is how you learn to be civilized in China. It's America. It's America. This was America.
Yeah. Shabbat afternoon, I like to take a nap. It's noisy in cars.
Every
July, I don't hear anything.
Every July 4th, I go to sleep whenever I go. I wake up at 2 and 4.
Yeah. I heard about other people that they Hashem, I see, but they curse the Jews.
Okay. I killed the Irish. I killed the Puerto Rican.
Quite or not, they curse the Jews anyway.
Those who curse will curse no matter what. It's another excuse to look a second in the story that everyone knows in that film. Gemara Shabbat 33b.
I'm so confused. It's today or tonight or it was last night?
In the last 1800 years is today.
Likewise.
It's a Hebrew day, Lag Ba'omer. You don't shave till tomorrow, but Lag. Last night, the count was 33 for 1800, not 100, 2800 years.
I hear the shaving, don't shave, don't this, no haircut,
Shaving
no
has nothing to
music, wedding, we don't.
Shaving has nothing to do with Lag BaOmer. According to Maran, you wait till
Yeah.
34. According to Rama, you do it today. So
Right.
whatever you do is fine.
No problem.
Look a second at the story that we all
Yeah,
know.
wait till 35. No problem.
Yesterday we were fine also.
Wow.
Pray for 40.
Rabbi, I asked about Haham Yom Tov airport.
Yeah.
In Hol HaMoed, only 10% of the people used to leave your beard. And after Pesach, even the Haham Bashi, the Rosh Hashanah,
Yeah.
they used to shave. Nobody used to have a beard
Interesting, very
after the
interesting.
holiday.
Fascinating.
Entire Omer.
Fascinating. So the Gemara says like this. The Yatve, in the middle of the white lines, not in the middle of
What's the first word, Rabbi?
the first line is Karu. Karu is the first word.
It's about 25.
Sorry, Rabbi, where are you?
We are in Shabbat Lamed Gimel Amud Bet,
Okay.
about 15 lines from the top.
First one I want to
Let's try to see in the story things that we, with our infinite wisdom, didn't see in the previous times. Yatve Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon. Yatve Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon. This is, we understand, three great rabbis are sitting. Yativ Yehuda ben Gerim Gabayu. This fourth man is really was the source of the problem. He's an innocent man from a convert community. Atach Rabbi Yehuda v'amar, Rabbi Yehuda somehow is praising the accomplishments of the Roman government. Umazu kama na'im ha'asem shel umazu. Look how nice the Romans are. They build marketplaces,
Roads.
Oh, it's the famous.
shvakim, then bridges, bathhouses. It's the famous Gemara. No one in the world understands why did they have to say. What, did you ever see any rabbi, Ramabaya, the accomplishments of the state of Israel? Whatever they do is very nice. I mean, obviously there was a reason why he's saying.
How about this appeared in another Gemara?
Well,
Somewhere else?
this is the Gemara.
What I'm saying is it's the
What you know is the Gemara in Avodah Zarah, that everyone is connected. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah says that in the end of days, Hashem says, any nation, Russians, Chinese, if you think you deserve a reward, if you think you deserve it, everyone says yes. So we build bridges, we build this, we build that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rabbi Yossi Shatak. Shatak means he was silent. Was he supposed to say anything? Na'ana Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. So Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai disagrees. ואמר כל מה שתקנו, לא תקנו לצורך עצמם, everyone knows, and they did it only for themselves. תקנו שווקים, להושיב בהם זונות. Prostitution was a big money maker for the governments. If you have marketplaces, you have prostitution houses, so they are collecting a lot of money from the חצאות, bathhouses, לעדל בהם את עצמם, to enjoy themselves, and g'sharim, the bridges, to collect
tolls.
tolls.
What else? Same thing.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Today we had a congestion pricing to make it better from work to
Nothing
work.
changed.
No, but you see, this is the question. The question is, was it around the dinner table? Of course not. This is not rabbis elected by people who were paying the salaries. This is giants of people. What is the conversation? Very difficult to understand it.
And where's the Mosurim? They didn't discuss that here. There's Mosurim because otherwise the government would never know.
No, but this is the next line. Look at the next line. הלך יהודה בן גרים וסיפר דברי. Whoever gave you the word Mosrim, of course, it was in סעודה השלישית. But look at the Gemara. הלך יהודה בן גרים, the fourth person innocently says, you know, I just heard a fascinating conversation. He didn't went to the government.
Just passing around.
הלך יהודה בן גרים וסיפר דבריהם. You know, he just came from a shul.
The
You know,
native
the rabbi
conversation.
said,
What happened to that?
interesting
What's
argument.
going on?
He was unaware that in other places when you talk, there are spies being
So it's
paid by
innocent
the
chatter.
This is
Quote
exactly
unquote,
what the Gemara is saying.
innocent chatter.
But this is exactly when Ishmael Malchut, the government agency. In Russia, I was in shul.
KGB.
In Russia, I was playing in shul upstairs, fine this area. Then downstairs, I spoke Yiddish. They say, you speak. Two came to me, be careful what you say, this and this. A paid agent by the KGB. Never told me. Whatever you say, they record. The recording is in the mind.
Rabbi, there's an aleph there on a halacha. What halacha could there be there, or?
If you want, we'll see in a minute. Here, you see, it says here, Perek Zayim Ilchot Yerot Al
Yeah, I saw
HaChaim.
that wonder.
In a minute. Amru, Yehuda Sheila, Rabbi Yehuda who praised us, Mit'aleh, he should be promoted. What was his reward? Every time there was a public gathering, he was the first one. This is what the Roman government's rewarding for praising us. Yossi Sheshatak, Rabbi Yossi Sheshatak, has to relocate from his current residency. He has to go to Sipori, to the upper Galilee. Shimon, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Shegina, Yareb. Okay. But this part we know.
What is Shekhinah?
Gina, he was putting us down.
Oh, yeah.
Was he really putting the government down? He was not. He just told them.
But the story
Told
got,
the-
by the time it
told-
got there,
told
that's
the-
what it was.
Told the truth. Right. The
By the
message,
time it got
the
there.
message people hear,
It's not what you say, it's what they hear.
but it's always in my
No,
head.
it's-
Yeah.
Remember this period,
This is the time of in the middle of the Roman.
no, I'm saying, this is when he separated from his wife, and then it got more dangerous, he had to separate again, we're gonna get into that. How long was that period, that they, first he separated, then he one more time?
It's a good question. Most likely a few months.
A few months.
And then listen to this.
Okay.
Hazal hu brei, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and his son Tashu Beit Midrash. They had hiding places in the Beit Midrash. I cannot understand why the Roman spies didn't look there. Obviously, they had special.
Must be good spots.
I mean,
Good spots, Rabbi.
if you have people who are giving you any information in the Jewish community, don't you think that the rabbis are not watching TV or playing tennis? Somehow, if you went to Rhode Island and you see the first show in America, what do you see there?
Right under the podium.
From the Teva, there's a place to go down. You can escape from the shore.
And originally derived from Spain and Portugal.
You have to say that this is exactly what they had anyway.
Rabbi, I think they really put it because when the rabbi spoke too long, they pressed the button.
Wow.
There's something
Strong statement. I mean, I think we stop at that point.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You know Rabbi Prague's introduction, right? When Cincinnati came, talked about it many years ago. The rabbi to give a speech exactly 7 minutes long. Yeah, how'd you? Oh, that's my house to the shore. I came from Borough Park today.
That time
He
was,
said, "But don't worry, don't worry."
that time was 52 minutes.
He said, "Don't worry."
It's 2.8 miles.
I still remember. It was a few years ago.
Many years ago.
I know.
This was after Rabbi Harari,
We're trying to transition.
Never invited the rabbi.
But he cracked up the audience. He had the audience, owned the audience at that time.
כל יום האבו מייטול וביטול. Rivta v'kuzel Maya. Every day the wives came to bring them water and bread. V'karche. כי תעקיף גזירתה. כי תעקיף גזירתה means when the Roman government was tightening the research. Here is a classic example, Joseph. Listen to this. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai says to his son, Nashim da'atan kalale.
Yeah.
So if I translate it in a free translation, they have lightheaded. Ilma metzar ela. If they are going to torture our wives, they would tell about us. See, all their mother calls modern Orthodox, you say there's a Gemara. I said the Gemara puts down later.
It's all for nature.
This is the greatness of our holy books. The wickedness. Any jerk can say whatever he wants. I'm asking you a question, but this is a serious question. As my wife says, of course the Gemara is right.
Yeah.
It says if people tell your wife, either your children or you, Joseph. No, this is exactly what they said. No, the opposite. Either we kill your kids or tell us or your husband. You have a question, and she knows that the minute
Yeah.
but no, and she knows that if they catch her husband, it's death. Does it mean that this is the woman, this is the way 100%. But you see, you take out of context, and hundreds of churches in America purchase it's called shots, not single
Koreans.
to people. The Koreans, they're taking shots to pick up and say, this is the Jews, this is the way they look at it. It took out some time to realize that innocently, out of nowhere in Texas, someone is older than you. Realize what is it? We're hiding behind it. Today they're very careful, but still, of course, they can buy it any way they want.
They can get it very easy. Very easy.
Okay, anyway. Aslu Tashu B'Ma'arta, okay, this is the story. They're going to the cave. Listen carefully now. This part of the story. This part where Rachish Nisa, a miracle happened. Ibrelehu Charuva, a box tree out of nowhere grew in the cave. Be'ena the Maya and Ma'ayan of water. But you realize this Ma'ayan is not only drinking water, it's only as a mikveh. The Havu, listen to this line now. The Havu Meshalchu Manayu. All day they sat naked, covered with sand. Havu Yatvu Ad Savarayu B'Chala. Why they didn't bring with them a suitcase with Kule Yom Agarse. Ubeidan Tziluye, so all day they were learning. Came to pray, yes. They got dressed. Praying, they took the clothes off. Everyone knows this part. Now, go to the part that normally we don't talk about. Go to the Yud Aleph. You have the Yom Gemara, go to page 11a. 11a.
I'm curious, this is what that halakha was.
What?
Is that halakha?
Oh, is it Yofi? Hear what Eli says. Eli, look.
Yeah, the Aleph.
It says over there, and this fellow, אחד המספר לשון הרע בפני חברו, או שלא בפניו, even if he's not there, אם נשמעו איש מפי איש, if you hear it, הוא מנע להזיק חברו, הרי זה לשון הרע. But you see, it's not fair from the one who put the Aleph. Because if you read the Gemara says he spoke about it. Then Ishmeu, whoever put it, he says, see, the Rambam doesn't, you can learn. You see, ואם סיפר הדבר אחד מן השלושה פעם אחרת, אין בו משום לשון הרע, ולו שלא יתכוון, so maybe they mean this one. If three people hear it, or 4 people, they're like 3 rabbis. This is probably what it means. So 4 people go. So if you're saying it innocently, it's fine. So perhaps this is what he meant. Look at Daf Yud Aleph. What did I say? Yud Aleph put it bed. Yud Aleph Amud Aleph. This is what the Gemara says over there. This is one of these Gemara that look at my finger. It's approximately 10 lines from the white lines. The first word in the line is the first word in the line is Chaverim. You see Chaverim?
There's a little asterisk.
Here Chaverim here means real scholars, not
Friend.
חברים שהיו עוסקים בתורה, מפסיקים לקריאת שמע ואין מפסיקים לתפילה. There's a group of people in the universe that don't have to pray every day. They have to stop only for קריאת שמע. Who are they? אמר רבי יוחנן, לא שענו אלא כגון רבי שמעון בן יוחאי וחבריו. People at the level of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai don't have to pray Holy Shema. Why? Because they're learning 19 hours a day, 60 minutes every hour, and 60 seconds of every hour.
So they don't stop.
So they don't have to stop. Shetoratan umanutam. The Torah is.
You said they used to get dressed and pray.
This is
So the question is, what did they
This
pray?
is exactly the question, Joseph. This is exactly what we're looking at. This is exactly
They were
the
learning all day
question.
long. What did they stop?
Joseph is right. So why did they stop? אבל כגון אנו,
It's text. The text says.
אבל כגון אנו, but the Gemara says אנו means the rabbis of the Gemara, or קל וחומר, the rabbis today, מפסיקים לקריאת שמע ולתפילה. Right? So look at תוספות. תוספות are asking the question. Look at תוספות. כגון רבי שמעון. See
Left
תוספות.
side in the middle.
Dear Joseph, your question is תוספות question. This is why we look there. כגון רבי שמעון בן יוחאי וחבריו. Rabbi Amar lekaman, ki ave mateh zeman tefillah, but the Gemara says in page 33b, which we looked in,
Yeah.
when the time for prayer came, Lavish, he got dressed, umechase umatzli, says Tosfot, umatzli ayu kriyat shema. Tosfot are saying that the Gemara is not talking about the prayer. It's only to say kriyat shema. So why do they have to get dressed? The same as if you are on the beach, yes, your kids always ask, can you pray mincha with a bathing suit? If you go to the funeral of your grandfather with a bathing suit, you can pray also, you understand? If you go to the wedding of your sister with a bathing, whatever you, yeah?
Whatever you
It's-
do,
it's-
your
it's-
sister's wedding.
So
Just
for,
be consistent.
Nowadays anything goes all right.
What an answer, Rabbi. What an answer.
you have to know,
Well, what an answer.
Mel, you have to know who you're talking to.
Somebody-
It's just to deliver the message. The answer is this exactly how the kids look, you know. I have a birthday, I have to make a check, I have to pray, okay, I
I
pray.
was there.
Is this a proof against Rambam
Yeah,
that
for sure.
tefillah is Doraita?
So you see, Eli wants to say, this is very important. Why is Kriyat Shema? Why did they start for Kriyat Shema? Because it's no right, yes. So why shouldn't? So Eli says, why didn't they start for? According to the Rambam that says that Tefillah is min Torah, perhaps they should have stopped. The answer is Eli. Even according to the Rambam that this is min Torah, it's not the full text that
Yes.
you have.
Just that.
You can say it.
Yes.
The essence.
Jake and Esagullah came up with the text of the
Yeah,
Amidah.
They definitely, the tefillah of the Rambam they did, you understand?
I see.
You might also.
But the Sfar don't want to say it because Shema takes much longer. Yeah? The
Yeah.
tefillah of the Rambam is a minute and a half, minute. Yes. You know, he's asking a good question. Going to Rambam, meaning you are obligated to pray once a day. But you can choose your own time, you can use your own text, as long as the tefillah is Shevach Bakash Avodah. For this, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and his son didn't have to stop. Kriyat Shema is a serious business. So according to the support, well, let's go back a minute to what happens when they come out. Now you go back to 33.
Was his son married?
It doesn't say, but the Gemara is hinting that the answer is yes. Because it says that the wives, the Gemara is using
Wives?
plural.
Or use the word plural?
Yeah, the Gemara says.
Interesting.
So you're not going to say Osek Mitzvah Patur, even if we're here, because with Kriyat Shema, you're going to stop. No
That's
matter
why
what.
it's mitzvah min Torah. The second mitzvah doesn't apply to Talmud Torah.
So they say a little jokingly, when we were much younger, when you go to Jersey, you had to either go through the Holland Tunnel or you take the ferry from Bay Ridge to Jersey to go to Deal.
There's
So
a
they said,
ferry?
there used to be ferry, 69th Street Ferry in Bay Ridge. You take the ferry and you put your car on the ferry and you go to Jersey. And that's where we used to go to Bradley Beach at the time. You couldn't.
Really?
There was no bridge.
Was that sixties? When?
The bridge was built in the.
No.
The bridge was built in the 60s. I think.
1800s, man.
Yeah, no, so there was no bridge. There was no bridge.
I was in New Orleans.
There was no Verrazano Bridge until the 60s.
No Verrazano,
So we put the car. You drive a car to the 6th Street ferry. You put the car on the ferry. The
nice.
ferry takes you and the car across the river, and then you get to
You
Jersey.
stayed in your car.
So they say, why did they build the Verrazano Bridge? You get to Brooklyn to Lakewood easier.
And we'll look now 2 more lines, and then we'll read what the Yerushalmi is adding to this unknown piece. Let's read. The first word in the line is 8 Reisar Shani B'Maret. So they said 12 years. Yeah.
Oh, we're back to 30. Yeah, but
Go back.
so we went back to Lamed.
Yeah, but that time it's given Amud Bet. 8 Reisar Shani B'Maret. After 12 years.
By midway in the wide lines.
After 12 years, Ata Eliyahu Hanavi comes. I mean, the amazing part is the Kama Pitcha de Ma'arta. He stood at the entrance of the cave.
What's that?
Amar, you realize he doesn't have guts to go in. He's standing outside. Amar Man Lord A, the Bar Yochai, who is going to notify? Bar Yochai, the meat, Caesar, the Caesar is dead. Ubatil Gzerate, and the decree is over. So, I mean, all the years we know this Gemara, and then he's coming out, and he has to come back for a year. Yerushalmi, the Rabbi Akiva Eger says to look at Yerushalmi. Listen to what Yerushalmi says. As they are coming out, they saw a hunter. He's trying to catch birds. He's shooting birds. Now, when Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai hears a voice from heaven saying, "This bird should be saved," the hunter missed it. When he heard the voice saying, "This bird has to die," says Rabbi, I mean, obviously he heard the voice, he had the walkie-talkie to hear it. Amar, says Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, Sipur, a bird, without a point from heaven, which cannot be captured, me and my son, Kal Vachomer, say, he went out. What does it say? It is, with Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, there's a big machloket in the Rishonim. Everyone agrees that each one of us is supervised by Hashem and everything we do. How about a fish? A fish right now in the ocean was swallowed by a shark. Yes, it's a big machloket. As you know, Ramban says in Parashat Vayera, okay, this is if you go to Hasidim, Hasidim take the opinion that even if a leaf falls from a tree to land anywhere, there is a reason. Fine. Here it's an open Yerushalmi, it's a bird. So, I mean, the commentators say everyone agrees that this bird that was captured or not was a message to him. So it's not really the bird itself. It's when everyone agrees that anything in the world of A, B, or C is affecting us is b'hashgacha.
Yeah, but I thought I heard that if it does not affect us, maybe not. Something happens in some, not saying Nepal, but virus there. But, some
on the contrary, it's a good example. I have a Maslow and his friend went to South Africa, yes? So it was raining non-stop. I'm sure there was weeks it was not raining, yes? There is a reason why it was raining there.
Yeah. But if there were no Jews there,
Correct,
would there
correct.
have been a reason for
Right,
the rain
listen,
or not?
this is it. The Ramban says no, which means Hashem lets nature run, but he's not supervising every fish or every leaf or every.
Unless it affects the Jews.
Some Rishonim disagree. But you see, the amazing part, Joseph, is that even Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai needed push to go. You realize? Eliyahu Navi already told you.
That it's safe.
Now, did you ever go to Meron? And when I was a kid, yes. Today it's a chaos. But people, many spotted people come with new garments, and they throw it to the fire.
Yeah.
Talking about expensive silk. So some Acharonim are very upset. Says, what's the message, Joseph? I mean, this is a good example. Imagine a bystander.
Yeah. What's the
About the street.
logic?
About Tashchid, let's say, right?
What's the logic?
Listen carefully. Yeah, we read the story a million times already before. What was the reason that they were sitting there naked? Do you really think that if 12 years you are alone and you have a box of tree and water and God supervises you that your garments are going to
Disintegrate.
To wear out.
Everything, the Gemara says a miracle happened to them. They went into a cave, the box
So
of
the garments would have survived.
so
no, it's a
you're
miracle.
afraid that you're afraid that
Yeah, they didn't know that 40 years.
and the
Hashem
answer
protected
is
both.
before Adam Arishon sinned, he was naked.
Or they reached the level.
Garments are needed after
After the
Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and his
Okay.
son reached the level of Adam Arishon before we sinned.
Why did they put their clothes when they were praying then?
Because this is the halacha.
No, but Adam
No. Adam Arishon. No, it's a good. This is the point. So when people are throwing garments, basically they're saying the people there don't need garments. It's the biggest compliment that you can give a person is that garments are not for
you
you.
would throw a Hanes t-shirt, not a silk
$1.99.
even in one in China with no quarter.
No, it's to but you see, it's to realize that this is not stam.
Interesting.
What?
Interesting.
It's a fascinating. Listen to this. This is many years ago. I asked the computer to give me 20 or 50 sayings of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. I went to listen to a Gemara in Sukkah. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai is the best lawyer that we have. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai says, "Yachol ani liftor et kol ha'olam kolo min adin." If I stand in front of the heavenly court, I can be a good lawyer for everyone. And
Clean the slate.
if my son would be with me, says, we can do much more. Listen to this. What would he say, yes? Listen carefully. Okay, I'll give you the mashal. The Midrash gives the following mashal. A fellow has a very nice vineyard. So the two guards that he put there, one cannot really walk and one is blind. Now they like to have the grapes. So the one that is blind took the other guy on his shoulders. He is picking the grapes. And they won't share it. The owner comes back, he says, many pounds of grapes are missed. So the guy that cannot walk says, it's not me, I cannot walk. The blind says, I cannot see anything. The man took the guy that cannot walk, put him on his other friend, and he smacked both of them together, understood what he did.
Yeah.
When we come to the heavenly
Farmers in
court,
crime.
we have two parts, the neshama and the body. See, this is the blind. And each one says, the neshama says, I cannot survive without the body. But the body is the one that is
Holding the deed.
holding us back. This is what Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai is saying, if you really take into account the challenges, I mean, take a regular kid. Remember that a teenager? Imagine what kids today, the iPhones, whatever it is. So this is what Rav Shimon Yochai is saying, the challenges that people have, I can really tell them that it's very difficult.
Internal conflict.
But this
Internal
is,
conflict.
yeah.
It's like the liberal thing. It's my native. That's where I was brought up. It's my mother's fault.
But you might,
Because the devil made it.
right, but you might say, well, look at him, he is able to control his physical desires. Listen to this. This is good. This is good. This is good. What happened if I take out on Shabbat this book from the private domain to public? Assuming at all. What happens if me and Jed are taking it together?
Together, you hold it together.
Right, halacha is patur. Yes.
Even if the book didn't need two people to carry it. Maybe you told us
Oh.
that.
So the halacha is, if it's a heavy table, I need Jed to help me. So both of us are chayah. But if I can take it by myself, and Jed, we are patur. Rav Shimon ben Yochai is the one that says, even if me and you take it, you are patur. He says, anything that is done by two, you are patur.
Wow.
Says Rav Shimon ben Yochai, if I would be the lawyer, I would say, since a man cannot function in the world unless you have the combination of two, which is the physical body of the neshama. Now, Rav Shimon ben Yochai is the one that says, what they do, everyone does is collecting many sayings. When you realize Shulchan Aruch doesn't mention anything about Rav Shimon ben Yochai. We know that Rav Shimon ben Yochai died on that day. What's the point of making the bonfire of that music? Every time in the Shama for real tzaddik is departing from the world, right? A lot of opportunities is coming down to help people. Since this is the day he died, many secrets of the Zohar that he revealed.
I don't usually have parties on the York side. This is an unusual. He tells you make a helulat or whatever the term is on my death on my York side. Do we have a situation like that anywhere else? I don't know.
500,000 Hasidim every year. Rabbi Yonah make a big Seudat. You make a Yom Tov Shesukot.
Like Sukkot.
I'm joking.
Music and everything. Music, everything.
Not music, but they
No
have
music.
internal music. Of course they do. The Gemara says in Masechet Yebamot, in the Yotzat, I forgot which of the great rabbis, all the students used to come together, used to learn, have a party.
Why is that? What's the reason?
Because what is a Yotzat?
Celebrating
Basically,
the
what is a Yotzat? A Yotzat is the Neshama comes back to the world. You go to the grave, especially, the Neshama and the Guf are together. If you make berachot, you learn Torah, if you this exactly the Hasidim would be like a very big.
It would be to remember and
To remember is good for the heart. It's much more. The same way you make berachot and Chas Shalom, you go to Shiva house, you know, it's exactly the same.
It's okay for Veteran Days to pass that.
What?
And barbecue. You always make fun that American does on Veteran Days barbecues and
Right.
music. So do that.
Right, the question is,
Purpose.
why are you doing it? What is the motivation? Yes.
We have this one situation. I don't know where we have any. I hear what you're telling me. Hasidim do this, they do that, but I don't see it anywhere else. I'm saying, of course.
In my community, if you talk to a kid at the age of 3 and say, don't you know what you do on your time? And the real Hasidim, the entire family comes together that night and everyone talks about it every year, every time. Yes.
We have it on Minyan, and we have B&H cameras, you know. So a lot of the Ashkenazim come on Minyan. Somebody says they bring schnapps.
Yeah.
Bring schnapps.
And the schnapps is for the people in the shul, but I'm saying, by the Hasidim every year, the Yotzat of the father and the mother, everyone. If you live in Chicago, this one lives in, they all come together.
Come together for
Come
this.
together. Someone said about Torah. It's amazing. You understand?
Interesting.
But yes, okay, we say Kaddish.
They read they put out all that. They make a big. They also make
The same
something on the
as
outside.
they do here in the Arayat. They do for many years. Now comes the Rav Vilna and he said that today is the day that in the Midbar Remember, every year, tens of thousands of people died, yes?
Yeah.
Today is the day
When they
stopped
some
dying.
woke up and said, "Oh, that's not
Remember the Gemara at the end of
Yeah.
Talmud? Years of the Graf Vilna is showing us that this particular day is
also commemoration." Nice. Wonderful.
So when they come out of the cave, and Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai is upset that he sees people working and all that. That's a major machloket, right? Whether people should
right,
work
but
or
Rabbi Shimon ben
not.
Yochai himself, after a few days, after spending another year in the cave, told his son, "This is life. This is life."
But it's a machloket, isn't it, of Rabbi Hillel or Shammai, someone
Rabbi
whether the
Shimon,
people.
it's a machloket between Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and Rabbi Ishmael in Masechet Berachot, yes. As Salim Babaji said, do you know this man? What's his name? The one in charge of the artificial intelligence.
Not Sam Altman or Elon Musk. Which one?
Musk, when he was in about 10 years, we are becoming obsolete. No, he's not saying it for he says the bottom line is slowly. I mean, he wrote it. Salim is going to send me the article. He says the world is going to become obsolete because everything is, he claims it.
It's computers.
You have an abundance of everything you want. There was no need to, because everything will be available because it's done by others.
Not a good situation.
Not a good situation.
No.
So here's the point. So we can finish with this. Bring the Rambam Sefer Shoftim, second Shoftim. You know, so he got so excited. Said, this is exactly what the Rambam is saying.
That's more from the real estate angle, you know, where
Not
you're looking for
the
tenants.
real estate.
So
Elon Musk says,
the
the
restaurant
reason
business
you and
becomes
me and
great.
everyone, you have to get a new car, a new house, a new car, is because of your neighbor. There's no need. It will be. This is a goy telling you with all the goy in China and Russia and United States. Look at the Rambam all the way at the end, all the way at the end. The last halakha that the Rambam concludes his book.
Maybe this is a statement from a New York
Oh,
Times.
okay.
The factory of the future will only have 2 employees, a man and a dog. The man will be there to feed the dog. The dog will be there to keep them from touching the equipment.
Wow.
You know,
His name is Warren Bennett.
yeah, you know, but if you
The
Elon
man
Musk,
is a dog. The dog keep away. Don't touch the machines. Everything's good.
yeah, but Elon Musk wrote it as a scientific paper.
Yeah.
He says, I am one of the
He's
5
probably
in
right.
charge of the AI, yes. Telling you how the world is going
What a
to.
genius is this guy.
No, but listen to what he's telling you and me. So the question is now, the billions of people who are today running to work like cockroaches, come home, sleep, wake up, go to work, what would they do?
What would they do?
Get in trouble.
There was a famous story written
Idle
by
hands
Oscar
bring the
Wilde.
devil.
Anyway, listen to the Rambam. Last Rambam.
He's in the book.
All the way then. You see what he says here? לא נתעבו החכמים והנביאים, the prophets and the חכמים, ימות המשיח, לא כדי שישלטו על העולם, not to give us power to control, לא כדי שירדו בגויים, right there.
That's it. Yeah. It's the last message.
לא כסקן הדלת, ולא כדי שירדו בגויים, לא כדי לאכול ולשתות ולשמוח, אלא כדי שיהיו פנויים בתורה וחוכמתה, ולא יהיה להם נוגס ומבטל. The reason why we are hoping for that is to give us opportunity to really learn the secrets of the universe. Are you aware that there are millions of stars and everyone has a mission in the world? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Be a time that ובאותו זמן, at that time, לא יהיה שם לא רעב. This is exactly what Musk claims. ולא מלחמה, no wars. ולא קנאה, no jealousy and no competitiveness. שהטובה תהיה משופעת הרבה. Will be an abundance of everything you want. וכל המעדנים, all the goodies that we are running for, מצויים כעפר, are available as dust. ולא יהיה עסק כל העולם, אלא לדעת את השם בלבד. Now, if you connect what we learned today, but this is the point. China will still have to produce certain things, yes? So they'll be busy. If you remember, we spoke the other day, the Rambam says that the war will continue. The war of China and Russia will continue, yes? But the war of the real Jews, not the real Jews.
But it says the law can't,
Yeah,
what is it saying, the nature of people will change? I mean, look at
there was no need.
Man, those days when they high in heaven, they had half the world each.
It's a good question.
And no matter what you have, you're always gonna have.
No,
Yeah,
but the reason me and you need a new car is because the neighbor has. But if cars will be parked on the street, we could pick up any car.
If the human nature changes, fine.
No, but it's not a change. The reason why jealousy is how come Joseph has it. I don't have it. I like to be like him.
But I don't think no matter what you have, it exists. I think that's the story of Cain and Abel. No matter they had half the world each.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't
still, and it wasn't enough. We have many other
The Khatam Sofer claims. Four of the books. Four of the books I got downstairs and the two brown ones I got here. So this is for us. This is from downstairs. The two fat ones are from downstairs. This one.
I did go to Manon once, Rabbi. It was quite amazing. I went there once. We got there in the afternoon, not the night before.